What's up today, my fellow man soldiers? So what I'm going to be speaking about right now in this video is how the market has dropped once again. It actually dropped. I mean, I knew it was going to drop, but it dropped a lot more than what I thought so soon. I figured it would drop in the first day of the third release of the Most Feared. I figured it would drop that day, but I figured it'll like little by little go back up, but apparently it didn't. Apparently this market is looking good. To right now is the buyer's market, and there's no guarantee that it won't go back up this coming week. It could go back down. I mean, it could go down more or it could go up. So just keep that in mind. So we're gonna be checking everything out, and I'll show you guys which are the best players to buy and which ones are the best players to not buy, or even to get rid of if you got certain players on your squad. So let's go ahead and get into it. Please drop a like on the video. All right, so on my squad, as you guys could tell, the positions that I'm looking for as I go through the auction house, which I'm probably not going to buy right now unless I just see some crazy deal, would be, I'm cool with the linemen, but if I come across some insane deals, then I'll go ahead and pick them up. But my linemen are cool with it is, and I know my tight end is going to be upgraded soon, so I'm all right with that. So my offense, I'm definitely okay with. On defense, the two things that I'll be looking for is cornerbacks and defensive tackles. Besides that, I'm satisfied with everything else that I have. I don't mind getting anything else for free, but when it comes to purchasing anything, I will have to see an insane deal. But I'm very happy with what I'm getting. But I wanted to see my team real quick before I went to the auction house, just in case I remember what I need, because I always do that because I tend to forget. So let's go ahead and check out what I want to check out first is the limiteds. I want to see what limiteds are going for what, and I'm not gonna. Oh, so even the 89s, wow. This is not bad. Not bad, but we're gonna start off with the 90s because I don't encourage anyone to buy any limiteds. But I can't filter them out, so I gotta look at it. Yeah, so 89. I mean, they're kind of pushing it, but honestly though, if I'm gonna buy limited right now, it got to be a 90 overall, and it got to be within like 400 to 500K for me to buy it. If I really want the car, right? Like buying a limited for this, it's really worthless. So like this right here is a limited. Look at that halfback. I don't see anyone needing a halfback, but if you did, for some odd reason, this is not a bad deal for this 90 overall. Left tackle, that's a little bit too much. That's another halfback. So the 90 overalls are pretty. Andrew Luck limit it actually went down, so it's not bad. I figured it'll be going for a lot more, so I just picked them up, but I don't care for. I think people realize that his 90 overall card was good enough. Like, I don't see no point of actually getting the Andrew Luck card, the 91 R limited edition. So yeah, these are just going for too much. So I definitely wouldn't touch the limited editions unless you need that. Halfback seems to be like one of the best deals, and still though, to me, it's just like I don't see no one really buying a halfback unless they're a big fan, like they're running 49ers team or like a half team or something like that, or they just really want this player, then yeah, this is a good deal. But for those, there's other halfbacks that you could get for a better deal. So I'm going to say a big no on that. So 90 overall limited editions are not the way to go right now, in my opinion. Now I see these other 90 overalls. These are just 90 overalls in general, which you got a lot to choose from. Definitely, I mean, Tom Brady is good. I don't have anything against Tom Brady, but because considering that there's other QBs in the game, that's the only reason why I would ignore this. But if someone really does need a QB, this is actually not a bad deal. 200, I would say 60K for a 90 overall QB. Antonio Gates is looking good too. Right guard is looking decent. Champ Bailey. So these are actually pretty decent prices. Once again, you see these 90 overalls on top going for like 250, 260K. Keep in mind that Champ Bailey and these other cards will be going for about that price. So if you see, for instance, like, oh, I want Champ Bailey, you can pick him up for 299K. That's not bad. But if you want him to get him a little bit cheaper and wait, save you like 40K coins or whatever like that, I would wait, because someone will guarantee you dump him off for a lot cheaper, because the average overall 90 overall card is going for a lot cheap. I think the only one is probably going for a lot more. It's probably going to be the Randy Moss, because apparently a lot of people want it. This Darrelle Revis, I would wait for him to go a little bit cheaper, unless that's the actual price he's been going for. Let me see. Randy Moss, even he went down. He was what, from like, I think started off for like 550K. Then he went down to like 500K. Now he's looking for 433. Within this week, I'm going to predict he's going to go down even more. So if you guys really do want Randy Moss, 400K is not bad, considering a lot of people want him and he got 91 speed. However, I would tell you right now, I would wait, because I believe towards the end of the week, he's going to drop just as low as these other 90 overalls. So in my opinion, I wouldn't spend I wouldn't spend over, I mean, depending on the 90 overall, I guess you could say, but I still, me personally, I wouldn't spend over 400K for a 90 overall, considering that the average 90 overall, especially like a most feared card, is going for like 250 to 300K. So to me, I would wait for them to go down. Now, when it comes to these other ones, these team builders, it's a little bit different because in order to build them, you need certain cards. So to me, buying a team builder for 400K is not bad if that's how much it costs to build them up. And I know some of these team builders will probably get multiple team cams because they probably represent their division and so forth. So it's not bad. Like originally I was gonna get the Jalen Hurts, but I was like, you know what? I just went with Andrew Luck. I'm getting him for free, and to me, he's a better overall round card. Overall rounded card. I got round card, I guess you say. I can't get it together. But anyways, what's funny is Andrew Luck 90 overall is faster than Jalen Hurts. So that's why I was like, you know what, I'm cool, man. They really destroyed this car. Look at that, 84 speed. Like it's horrible. So therefore, I wouldn't get that card. But once again, team builders are not bad to get if you really, really want those cards. But to me, honestly though, if you guys want, like, I wouldn't get a card, a 90 overall, more than 300K. Honestly, I really wouldn't, unless it's like certain card that you know is going for a lot, and it probably went down like quite a bit for you guys. But either way, 300K and lower are decent for 90 overall. Besides that though, I wouldn't be picking up too much of those cards unless I can find them for real cheap. Now let's go to the 88s and 89s. All right, so these 88s did drop. They didn't drop dramatically, but they did drop a little bit, because before they were a solid like 110, 120K. Now they're like 98K. As you see, this one is 93K. So they are going down, which is the good thing. They're not steadily up. So when it comes to the 88s, I wouldn't pick up a lot of them, but I would pick up filler pieces. Like for instance, if you need a right tackle, I would pick up like a right tackle and stuff like that for your linemen. Defensive tackle, say you need to upgrade your defensive tackle, I will look to see, okay, what kind of defensive tackles do they got? Do they got some good ones for cheap? We'll check it out. 146K, absolutely not. Why? Because you probably have a 90 overall. Maybe, I think the 90 overall is going for a little bit too much, right? C3, yeah, a little bit too much. So I definitely wouldn't pay. Oh, I did the wrong thing. I definitely wouldn't pay 150K for an 88 overall defensive tackle, considering that the 88s are going for a lot cheaper. So stuff like that. But I'm just saying certain positions that these 88 overalls, if you can find them for 110K, maybe 120K, depending on the position, then it's worth picking them up for your squad, adding them to it. But I wouldn't buy a lot of them because these are about to be outdated soon. So 89s would be preferably more to go to. Like look at these other 89s right here. I wouldn't go too crazy off them because they're like borderline costing about the price of a 90 overall. But once again, 88s, 89s, and 90s, it could get a good little mixture, are decent cards to be picking up right now. Them seem to be the cheapest. 86s and 87s, not too bad. We're gonna go check out the price on that. I want to see how much they dropped to. Not bad, not bad. But these cards right here, honestly though, unless you need like a kicker, a punter, even some of your linemen, maybe even some of your defensive tackles possibly, then I would pick some of those up for cheap. But let me see defensive tackles if they could go for 40K. Yeah, so that's not bad. So because the 86s are going for 40K and your defensive tackles are going for 40K on here, so they cost just the same as an 86 overall. So you're not spending no more. So this would be, so I'm cool with what I have. My defensive tackles I'm okay with. I won't be buying anymore. Won't be buying anymore. You guys just seen right now. I'll show you guys my lineup before I even came over here just to show you guys what I got. And I'm seeing right now that 86 defensive tackle is the way to go. I'm not going to get an 88. I'm not going to get a 90. I'll wait for those to drop a little bit more. But an 86 defensive tackle is pretty decent. Unless you can find an 87. See, the 87 is basically double. So it's going to be, I would just stick, honestly, I wouldn't even buy this 87. I would just stick with 86. You're not going to find much of a difference on top of the fact that this is going for double. So look at, you could get you two good, pick your pick, get two good defensive tackles, add them to your squad. I'm saying these are just fillers, unless you just love getting defensive tackles. I'm talking about positions that you normally don't go buy and pick up. Those 86s will be worth picking up and getting. But anyways, there it is there. Let me know what cards you guys plan to pick up and invest in. Until next time,